Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 24th to the 30th of July 2023. So we begin the week with the Sun moving into Leo, and this is in combination with Venus retrograde in Leo as well. So there's lots of Leo energy flooding in, which has a warm and expansive and creative nature. And the Venus retrograde, which takes us through to the 3rd of September, takes us deeply back into the heart and solar plexus areas to centre, to find presence and appreciation, and to teach us how to feel more deeply. Many people live in their mind, and the mind wants to control the future, think forwards, worry forwards. But the lesson here is that the real control is changing the way you feel, which changes perspective, changes decisions, creates new opportunities, and we influence the outside from the inside. So having monitored and observed what came up since the 20th of June, we should be able to see now how our personal story is involved according to where this is in our chart, and return to and centre in our core values. So value of self leads to a potential for greater depth and connection with others, as Venus here speaks of the heart and also relationships. And what's interesting here is that almost as soon as the Venus retrograde is over, Jupiter turns retrograde in Taurus. So Taurians are having a transformative year, as Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus. We've recently had the Mercury retrograde in Taurus, and Jupiter will trace those exact same degrees in September. So self-worth and value really are on the menu throughout the whole of this summer, and with the current Leo energy, it's about lighting ourselves up from the inside, finding our true light, not seeking validation externally, but focusing solely on our own true vibration without mental concerns and distractions. Venus is also influential in terms of money and resources, values and valuables. So in order to attract abundance, we need to feel abundant. And in order to feel abundant, we need to let go of lack consciousness. Lacking and struggling for survival is very much a mental paradigm focused on the future, whereas this Venus retrograde is teaching us to feel, be and embody in the now. So tricky lessons to be learnt there, because we've been taught and conditioned and even programmed into the mind, into thinking forwards, into trying to control, into perceiving separation and lack. And we can use this Venus retrograde to dissolve a lot of those erroneous beliefs and deprogram ourselves. And in Leo that leads to a state of real sovereignty. Another current aspect is the nodes have moved into the Aries-Libra axis until January 2025, and on Tuesday we have a temporary Grand Cross, big square in the sky, with the Sun, Moon, Pluto and the nodes all squaring off against each other. Squares bring necessary challenge, which result in breakthrough. So it's not something to be avoided, it's actually something to go into. If any challenges come up on Tuesday, most likely to do with power and our subconscious emotional waters, then this is definitely worth our attention, as it is temporary, but the nature of the subconscious is we don't know what's going on in those deep waters until something surfaces, something's pulled to the surface by an external situation. And the most natural reaction to that is to try and repress it, push it back down, ignore it, or project outwards onto other people or situations. But it does seem that there's a lesson here and a study of the nodes in Aries and how they're affecting us personally, again according to where this is in your chart. So just stay observant and aware and deeply reflective with this passing Grand Cross on Tuesday. By Thursday, another challenging aspect where Neptune and Pluto are pointing the finger at Venus and Mercury in Leo. So more Leo energy with Venus the heart and Mercury the mind. Can we actually bring those into a deeper alignment? Can we perform this alchemical marriage? So they're working together rather than against each other. So looking very transformational, but again deserves some decent focus, as there's some real rewards there to be won if effort's put in. Then by the end of the week, on the 29th, we've got Mercury moving into Virgo. And we're heading towards the next Mercury retrograde, which begins the first phase on the 4th of August. So we'll discuss that in future videos, where we can trace those dates and tune into the awareness of the next Mercury retrograde story, which will be from 21 back to 8 degrees Virgo. So lots of retrograde action over the summer, things working in tandem, Venus handing off to Jupiter, which is a continuation of the previous Mercury retrograde. It's like a cosmic relay race that's going on at the moment. But there's no point thinking forwards. Stay with the present, stay in observation, listening deeply, feeling deeply, and taking our real power and control back from the external, from the future, and embodying the state of being that we want to create. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available zoeastro@gmail.com. Happy to discuss personalised readings, 1 hour, half an hour, astrology, tarot, numerology, teaching your chart, courses in astrology, tarot and numerology, complete with videos and notes, and coaching to really get into the depths of what you're ready to release. I post these videos on my YouTube channel, Zoe Astro, Instagram, ZoeHeinz7, on Facebook, AstroZo. So a big week here, fully immersed in the Venus retrograde, the Sun in Leo as well. Make that your focus. The heart center, the solar plexus, love and sovereignty, presence. It's almost as if we need to wrap the next few weeks in a bubble, learn how not to think and to worry and to be anxious, but have a daily practice of presence and gratitude, freeing up enough time for us to be able to feel how we want to live. Not scrambling to survive, but calling in all the beautiful creativity and connections and purposeful projects that we'd like to put our valuable time and energy towards. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.